With the Leafs being over the salary cap, everyone's been sitting, waiting, wondering, how do the Leafs get out of this? Well, the other day, Brad Treliving goes and makes his first move, and he signs a third goaltender. Why did he sign Martin Jones? What does this mean for the team? And what happens next? What's up, Leafs fans, and welcome back to Leafs Digest. Yes, more news drops the other day. The Toronto Maple Leafs signed third-string goaltender, or to be their third-string goaltender, I should say, Martin Jones, to a one-year, $875,000 contract. But before we get into the contract, what this means, why they signed him, and what the next steps will be, I just want to remind people this video is brought to you by rentals.ca. If you haven't already checked out the site, I don't know what you're waiting for. You can click the link in the description, but rentals.ca is the largest apartment hunting network in Canada. You can rent apartments, houses, and condos across the entire country from coast to coast. The website is clean and easy to use, so make sure to go check it out. If you're like myself, you're looking to move just like I did the other day. I mean, I'm only 5 days into this new place, 6 days, I guess it is. Rentals.ca was a key part in making sure that we were able to find the area, the location, the price, all of that kind of stuff that we were looking for. So make sure to go check them out at rentals.ca, the largest apartment hunting network in Canada. So thank you to them for going and sponsoring this video here today. Let's get into the action in regards to the Maple Leafs, what's going on there. So we will start with what the signing is. Yes, the Toronto Maple Leafs have a new signing. They signed goaltender Martin Jones, 33 years old, 1 year, $875,000 contract. Last season, I mean, this was shocking to me when I saw that they signed the guy and I saw that nobody had actually picked him up. I didn't even realize that he was really still out there. Like, it was kind of one of those ones you just forgot about, that this guy was still kicking around. He played 48 games with the Seattle Kraken last year. He had 27, 13, and 3 record. He had 3 shutouts, an .887 save percentage. Not the greatest stats in terms of a save percentage and goals against average of 2.99 GAA, but record 27, 13, and 3. At 33 years old, you'd think there would be someone out there, some team out there who might say, yeah, this guy could help us out. He could be our backup goalie, or maybe they just need to take a flyer on a guy to just kind of help them out, get through a season. But nope, no one picks him up, and the Toronto Maple Leafs go out there and grab him. He's kind of been up and down throughout his career. He's had some really, really good seasons. He's had some really, really bad seasons. And then even within season to season, he's had some great stretches and some horrible stretches, just even within. He's kind of being a little bit inconsistent, but that being said, still kind of shocking that no one picked him up, and it's up to the Toronto Maple Leafs to sign him as their third string goalie just for him to have a job. So that is the new signing. That is who Martin Jones is. If you're not familiar, he's played for the LA Kings, San Jose Sharks, Philadelphia Flyers, Seattle Kraken, now here with the Toronto Maple Leafs. But that kind of encapsulates Martin Jones, who he is, and what this signing was. So now let's get into why sign Martin Jones? Well, I will tell you guys this. People are probably sitting there wondering, what are we doing? They're over the cap. They got to get under it. I mean, you're looking at, we've just signed Samsonov. You go to arbitration with him. You obviously signed Woll. I think it was a year ago, I guess, before last season. Goes into it. Now he plays with the Leafs when it comes to playoff time. So we've seen a glimpse of what Joseph Woll can do. It's obviously assumed that this guy's going to be with the team long term. You're hoping he's the goalie of the future. And everyone's also remembering here, you can't waive Joseph Woll this season, because if you do, he's going to get claimed, because he has to be put on waivers. Someone else will grab this guy like that, and you're obviously not going to trade him, because what are you going to do? You're going to run out there with Samsonov and Martin Jones as your 2 goalies? Like, there's no shot of that they're going to prioritize them over a guy like Joseph Woll. He's going to be with the big club. So why sign Martin Jones? Well, here's what it is. It is injury protection, first and foremost. If any of these goalies gets injured during camp, Martin Jones is there. If Samsonov goes down, God forbid, if Joseph Woll goes down, you have Martin Jones to help carry you into the season. Because where you're at right now is that he's not going to be 1 or 2. And you're not even looking at this like, oh, he could compete for one of those. No, he can't. Because You're not waiving Samsonov. You're not waiving Joseph Woll. And unless you're getting an unbelievable package coming back the other way for either one of these guys, I can't see them in a position where they'd want to trade either one of them and keep Martin Jones on their staff as one of the two starting goalies for the Maple Leafs going into next year. So I just don't see that being realistic unless there's some trade for Samsonov coming around the corner that we don't know, but I highly, highly doubt that. So for me, realistically, why they're signing him, injury protection through camp. It gives you another guy who's an NHL caliber goaltender, also who can take reps in there. It's a guy who can go up against your shooters, your top shooters, give them an opportunity to work on their games, practice stuff against the non-starters that as an option there, as a third option. As well, it's a veteran presence to have in the locker room. Maybe a guy who can talk to Woll and Samsonov and bounce things off of and go back and forth with them. He's a guy who could help out some of your AHL goaltenders as well, kind of get them up to speed, teach them some things. He's a guy who will be around for 3 weeks during the preseason, during the camp period, who can help teach guys and get guys up to NHL speeds and just kind of teach them what he knows and pass along some knowledge. But he's not going to be a full-time guy here. That's the reality. So if that's the case, if my prediction is correct, I mean, barring injuries here where he has to stay, what happens next with Martin Jones? Well, here's my prediction. We don't know for sure. Obviously, it appears that he's going to be here more for, support, because this is what we have to realize. What is one thing that happens with the Maple Leafs every single year at the end of camp when they sign these random guys who no one else around the league seems to want, and then they bring them into camp, and then they waive them? They get claimed by someone else. The Leafs have this proven track record for the last few years of just having guys that they waive at the end of camps who immediately get picked up. It's not even just at the end of camp. It's throughout the process of the regular season as well. These guys get waived, and someone snaps them up just like that, and they're gone, and they're off to their new squad. Martin Jones, if he gets waived, he's going to get picked up. It is shocking to me that no one else even signed him before this period of time, so I cannot see any situation that he gets through waivers and gets down to the Marlies. I just don't see that being realistic. I think someone else picks him up. So realistically, my prediction for him is this. If someone gets injured, he stays with the club. I think there is maybe a 2% chance that he gets through any type of waivers when he does get sent down, because the Leafs are obviously not going to carry 3 goalies here. If he gets sent down, I think there's maybe a 2% chance, maybe optimistically a 2% chance that he actually clears waivers and gets to the Marlies. So basically what I'm predicting is this. He's there for the regular season. He helps out your club in terms of being another guy to take shots, take reps, give the other guys some breathing room. He can play in some preseason games, give you a little bit more competition from a competitive aspect in some of those games where maybe you're going to dress some of your NHLers. You don't have to roll out Samsonov and Woll. You can put a guy who plays NHL games in the net. It gives him an opportunity to showcase his stuff to some of the other teams around the league. And then guess what? Last day of preseason, Martin Jones, see you later. He will be playing for another NHL team for this season. I cannot see him being in a Leafs jersey. I do not see him being on this team opening night. So that's kind of where I'm at with the Martin Jones situation. I saw the signing come across. I'm sitting there thinking, what could this mean? And the more I read, the more I looked into it, looked into the cap situation, looked into this team's history with guys getting waived and getting immediately claimed by other teams. I just don't see a situation where he's still here playing for the Maple Leafs next year. So Leafs fans, thank you so much for tuning in here. I do appreciate that as always, especially as we get these little tiny pieces of news rolling across the desk in wrapping up August as we get closer and closer to the NHL regular season returning. But the more videos, there will be more videos coming out here on this channel, and you're not going to want to miss any of those. So please make sure to like and subscribe here to the Leafs Digest channel as well. Turn on notifications so you get notified every single time that we go live here or new videos just like this one drop. Hit that like, subscribe, and notifications button. I greatly appreciate you guys tuning in. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on the signing. If you think I'm on the right page with my prediction of what's going to happen with Martin Jones and why they signed him. But otherwise, I look forward to seeing you guys in the comments, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video in our upcoming live streams once the season gets started. Leafs fans, keep believing.